The following video has beliefs that are strange, absurd, and just completely batshit crazy. Please do not take these ideas in an offensive manner. Viewer discretion is advised.
So now I got my sword out and I'm just like cutting these dudes' shins and they just fall to the ground, cripples now. And I announce to the bar, I call that move the SPLENDER blender. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and all those who identify in between such realms. This is Walton's Wheel of Wisdom, and I am, of course, joined by my manager slash co-host, Jeremy Croft. Now, as you notice, this is a bit of a different setup because we're on a couch, and of course, unfortunately, Shay cannot join us. She is on vacation currently, so it's a bit of a special occasion. Let's spin this wheel and get our first question going. I'm excited about this next topic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good.
Ooh, on blue, political.
Blue, political.
Starting off strong.
I just took a political science class. I'll be good at this one.
Oh my god. Socialism.
Oh god.
I took one semester of economics in college before I failed every class, so. From what I know about socialism, it's like diet communism. It's
communism, just no calories.
It was like a balance between capitalism and communism where they tried to find the best of both worlds and it ended up not working anyway. It was like one person likes their steak well done, the other person likes it rare, but we decided to split the fucking difference and went medium.
Hey, medium is always a good choice.
Medium is a good choice. I like mine medium rare, so I guess I'm a socialist.
Yes, if you like your steak medium rare, you are a socialist.
Yeah, never fucking forget that, you goddamn commies. As far as my opinion goes for it, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So,
and I would go as far as to say that socialism would almost be evil, because the way I look at it, if you're in a higher bracket of of work, like a doctor or something, your taxes are so high, they're basically taking money from you almost at gunpoint. If you don't, give us taxes, we're gonna, do whatever the government has to do. Essentially, and people say, oh, that's justified because it's spread for the community. It's for the community, rather than a greedy individual. And it's like, yes, but then again, if you go and you kick somebody's ass and steal their money, but donate it to a charity, is kicking his ass and stealing his money really justified?
yeah, sort of like the ends don't justify the means.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a whole lot of socialism, I just know that much. So if there are people who are, if honestly, I'm sure Jeremy is far more knowledgeable about it than I am, so I just want to make a note, there is no such thing as perfect economic system.
No, there isn't.
There is,
yeah.
You can't please everyone.
You really can't.
There is no economic system that exists out there where everyone can justifiably live under and not have any complaints.
Right.
This is one of them.
Yeah. So no system is truly perfect. That's why I think America's got it pretty good, because we have systems in place to protect us, but we also have freedoms to do as we please.
Yeah.
So we're all right.
America has its problems, but it's pretty good
as
far as economics go.
I mean,
so.
Next question.
Yeah, let's spin this wheel.
This thing's f***ing hot.
Oh my god, right. Yeah. It's okay, my boner's gone out. I don't need to conceal it anymore.
What is that?
A random green.
Green!
Cannibalism. Spelled incorrectly. Okay, cannibalism. People are delicious. I just want that to be a clear note. I think human flesh tastes like candy.
Yeah, like Swedish fish.
Yeah.
Tastes like Swedish fish.
Anyway. Cannibalism, I've never experienced it in my life, and I don't know anyone who has.
There was Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter.
Who seemed to be pretty charming.
He was a nice guy. I'm sure I did see that movie, though.
You know what was my favorite part?
What?
Talk about a nice guy, trying to lighten the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Hannibal Lecter, he's sitting there in that glass prison thing, right? He starts talking about how he had this dude's, insides with, some tea or something. Yeah. And he goes and makes that slurping noise.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to lighten the mood, make a nice little joke.
Yeah.
Man, I was totally relaxed at that point.
Absolutely.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
So, I mean, as far as cannibalism goes, I can really only talk about, like, those characters who have done cannibalism, like Hannibal Lecter. A new show, Hannibal, I think it's mostly a cooking show, honestly. It's like, it just seems like a cooking show where it's just like, I've only seen scenes where there's Hannibal, and he has these guests, and he serves them food with human in it.
So that's kind of like Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, where he's just like a host of a dinner party every now and again, and he just brings out human food.
Do they like it?
Yeah, everyone loves it. Yeah, he's a great cook apparently.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would taste amazing.
I bet. I haven't gone like super into that show, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But I've only seen like tidbits of where he's hosting a dinner party. I'm not saying that I would be against cannibalism. I'm not saying that I wouldn't try it.
If humans were pushed to the brink of survival, that's the question really, is if we were pushed to the brink of survival, would you like, let's say me and you were stranded on an island with no food somehow, would you eat me?
I'd probably cut off like a toe.
Yeah.
Something that you wouldn't miss.
Right, oh yeah.
Like a pinky. You know what, Jeremy, there's a good chance that I'll never get married after we get off this island. You can have my ring finger.
We're sharing.
Sharing.
Sharing is caring, remember that.
Absolutely. Parts that I absolutely would not let you have is eyelids, because I want to be able to moisturize my eyes every now and again.
Well, yeah.
So don't take those. Besides,
would ears be a good choice?
I don't think you necessarily need the ear flesh to hear.
Yeah, no, you don't. I was just saying, would that be a good choice to eat? Like, all that cartilage?
Cartilage. I don't know what the nutritional value of cartilage is. I think it must be full of some sort of fatty stuff. I think it's mostly just muscle and sinew, maybe. Is cartilage a type of muscle? If you're like an anatomy major or something, or like a biology major, please let us know what cartilage is and the nutritional value thereof.
Right.
And then we'll decide if nose and ear is a good meal to have. I imagine anything that just to fill your stomach is good enough. I doubt like an ear is
especially if you're starving.
Yeah, even if it doesn't have any like nutritional value, I doubt it's poisonous to eat an ear. I think like eating human meat drives people insane, or something.
I can understand that, because if you're eating something that you knew was a guy that you talked to the other day, that's pretty traumatizing.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if eating the human meat is the result of insanity, or you become insane from eating the meat. I don't know. I don't really know anything about cannibalism. All that I know is that Hannibal Lecter did it, and I kind of just watched a few of his movies. So that's really all I can say about cannibalism. Am I opposed to trying it? Probably not. Oh, another good movie to check out is Soylent Green. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about it, but Soylent Green, if you ever heard of that movie, watch it. And if you haven't heard of that movie, you've heard of it now, so watch it.
Watch it.
Next question.
Next question. I like how it was so cheaply made. You can even hear like the little screeching.
Another random.
Ooh, another random.
Strangest dream. Ooh. Man, strangest dream. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, that's good. Well, while you're thinking about that, I'll go ahead and start off with my worst nightmare.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It was a long time ago. I mean, this was probably like one of my first nightmares I've ever had. And I never forgot it to this day. I was walking up a road and it was nighttime, and there's a hospital I remember, from my past, because it had a star on the hospital. But instead of the star, it was the face of this like scary cowboy. But it looked like a bad 3D animation.
Yeah. And
he had orange eyes, and he was speaking to me. And then before I knew it, I was staring, like he was like full-fledged in my field of vision, like this giant cowboy head, and then he'd eat me, and then it'd just repeat over and over again.
Right.
Yeah.
You would just have that?
Yeah. It was all in the same night, but every time I got eated, I'd be back up on the road doing the same thing, and it was just a process, and it freaked me the hell out. Like, I mean, I'm not even scared of cowboys, but for some reason it was terrifying.
Well, I don't know. It's like they say that like dreams are just like a manifestation of something going on in your head.
Right. I think that's true.
I believe that, because your mind just wanders and it goes to weird places on its own. That is a weird dream. It's like, did you watch any like cowboy movies?
No, I didn't. Like, I've had some peculiar dreams.
But one dream did stick with me. I had the power to control wind direction.
That's a hell of a power, man.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet, I'm not gonna lie.
That's awesome.
And it was basically just like a dream where I just abused my power to control wind direction. I was like, I was on a boat. I was stranded on a boat, and my only way to get home was to like flap my arms in a direction, and the wind would follow. And then I just flapped my arms in a direction for what felt like actual days passing until I hit land. And apparently I flooded an entire state because the wind I was flapping like moved the waves in and caused a fucking tsunami and just killed a bunch of people.
I just wanted to get home.
I was revered as like an all-powerful superhuman, and people were like, we have to listen to his demands or else he'll tsunami somewhere else, and we can't stop him. And so they heeded every warning I ever gave them. They were like, what do you want? And I was like, I had to fucking think of something that I wanted because I couldn't just say, no, I don't want anything.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta say something.
I didn't go there expecting to be revered as a god, alright? They just gave me the title and I had to fucking play it off. But, so when I got to land, they were like, what are your demands? What do you want? Please stop killing people. And I just had to make shit up. I mean, it was like super mundane things. I was like, I want a couch for my bedroom. And I didn't even live in that state. I don't know what country I was in. If I was in the United States, it wasn't in a state that I recognized. I think it was like Wyoming or something. A landlocked state.
Damn, dude, how much damage you caused?
Enough to affect Wyoming, apparently.
Were you in the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific Ocean?
Pacific. Apparently, as I was trying to get to the end of the ocean, I was creating more ocean until eventually there was just no more ocean to make waves with. So I finally just landed. I landed somewhere, apparently in Wyoming, which is not a state I ever think about.
Yeah.
This was the most significant part of the dream, though. I was given a code, for no reason actually. Someone just gave me a code. It was a code that I wasn't able to decipher until eventually I met a third-party person who took that code and he deciphered it for me by literally flipping the sign upside down. That was the whole code.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, my god. And apparently that code unlocked the full potential of my powers.
What the fuck?
I don't know why the person would give me a code after I just wiped out half of the United States. I guess he just wanted to, like...
Maybe he didn't know what it was about. He was
Maybe
like, oh my god, Riley, don't look. It's like, what? Oh no, you've unlocked your full potential.
Yes, I guess. But the weird part about that is the implication of that code. Because that means that my brain created a code for me to decipher that it could decipher until it created somebody to decipher it for itself.
So you're basically God.
Yeah, essentially. Where it's like...
Riley has some sort of God complex.
I have a God complex now. When she was saying, oh God, I went, you can just call me Riley. I killed like 150 million people probably. So yeah, that's my strangest dream.
Next topic. Red.
Personal.
Ooh.
Hobbies, actually, I don't have many, like, Jeremy has a ton of hobbies.
I do have a ton of hobbies.
I would say that I don't have many hobbies.
Masturbation.
Yeah.
Goes right back to it.
I just have, like, if you've watched the previous episodes, masturbation is a huge part of my daily routine. But I don't really have hobbies, I mostly just have pastimes. Because hobbies kind of require a certain extent of work and
you lazy prick.
I'm so fucking lazy, I don't even have hobbies. I have a job but no hobbies. But as far as hobbies go, this is sort of a fun thing that I do. If you guys are familiar with D&D, that's a hobby of mine.
D&D's cool.
Where I'm a DM, what they call a DM, or Dungeon Master. So yeah, I am a Dungeon Master for D&D, and I have this group of friends that I visit, and I host games, and they just kind of go through this adventure that I created. Which is fun because it's a creative outlet, and I get to do it with friends. And it's a creative outlet for them too. The thing about D&D is that it requires a lot of imagination in order to be truly fun, and you kind of have to rely on people for that.
And it also has a good bit of improv skills too, because
Yes.
whenever something happens that you didn't expect it to, you have to roll with that. You know?
Yeah, you really have to like think of a result. I play that way anyway. Like I do very like cause and effect.
Oh,
sort
dude,
of
you
campaigns.
have so many freaking stories.
I actually do. I do have a story about D&D. So this was not a game that I was hosting. There was a game that my friend Dylan was hosting. He decided to do a campaign where we were all vampires. So my vampire character, he was sitting at a bar, and there was a bar fight about to happen because a big dude and his friends came up to my character, and he tried to sit up from his seat, and then he got pushed back down into his seat. My vampire character had a sword that he could recall into his hand. So he had a recalling sword and a regular sword. So what my vampire guy does to this guy who just pushed him down was that I decided to grab him by the testicles, levitate a sword to me, and then just cut it off. And then the dude just dropped to the ground, and I get up, and I walked towards his friends.
They were probably terrified.
Yeah, they were probably terrified, but they were ready to fight. So I do something to like intimidate these guys to make them back off. So I walk on top of the guy, and like with a stomp, I crushed his head. Like brains go forward. I just killed the guy.
You weigh like 3 tons.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I just cut off a dude's dick and then just crushed his head into basically putty. Now I'm going for his friends, but one of the guys decided, I was like, fuck that shit, and he tries to chest kick me. But I roll another 20, I grab him, I do like some Jean-Claude split to the ground with his leg, and then so I got my hand on his heel and my other hand on his knee, I break it in half while doing the splits like, just cracked his fucking leg in half. So now I have a sword in one hand and a leg in the other. These guys are terrified, so now it's my turn again, but one of the skills in D&D that you have is called performance, where it's literally just anything that you do as a performance, like singing, dancing, card tricks, whatever. So I decide that I'm going to roll a performance check and breakdance. So I'm gonna breakdance on top of these dudes' dead bodies with my sword out and just hack at their fucking shins. So I'm just like,
and you rolled another 20, didn't you?
Yeah, I rolled another 20. I rolled 4 nat 20s. It was amazing. So now I got my sword out and I'm just like cutting these dudes' shins, and they just fall to the ground, cripples now, paraplegics. And I get up and I announce to the bar, I call that move the SPLENDER blender. Tell me about your hobbies.
Oh boy. Okay, so let's see. My hobbies, which are very relaxed. I don't do all of these like on a super professional level. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just kind of it's basically things I'm interested in. I consider hobbies.
Right.
So, comedy, improv, gaming, filmmaking, blacksmithing, swordsmithing, tailoring, flying, bartending, carpentry, electronics, like hacking and stuff. I just think that stuff's cool. Politics, I think, is fun. Photography, sound, music, collecting Mega Blocks, collecting Legos. I've even done painting. I'd also like to mention cars, jogging, nature walking, camping, collecting swords, collecting gunsmithing, collecting guns. Yeah. That's most of my hobbies right there.
Yeah, he has a lot of interests. All manly.
My favorite thing to do is chop wood with my flannel.
Yeah. I don't even use an axe. It's too weak for my hands. Just karate chop wood logs in half. Like, besides D&D, these are mostly things that I do just whenever it's needed. My dad was a maintenance man and a carpenter for all of my life, so I learned tools from him. So I have like my favorite toolbox, and whenever something needs to be fixed around the house, that's something I like to do. Yeah, it's really satisfying, and it's just rewarding to have like a nice house and a better house to be in.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, because it's like it pays itself off immediately. I'm trying to get more into gardening because I want to grow my own vegetables and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. High five.
Because I just feel like everyone should know how to grow their own food comes the zombie apocalypse or like a nuclear winter. And you need to your biggest hobbies right now are fitness, smithing of all trades.
Yes.
Guns and swords and blacks.
Blacks. One of my hobbies includes blacks. like people or the color? No, just blacks.
Just everything, all encompassing. Casting a wide net.
My biggest one probably right now, besides the whole smithing and stuff like that, is gotta be filming. Yeah. I love. I mean, hell, here we are.
Here we are right now.
We got 2 DSLRs and too much time on our hands.
If I was to list off all of my biggest hobbies, woodworking, filming, and comedy.
Hell yeah. Those are good 3.
D&D I do not consider a hobby. I mostly consider it like a fun pastime to have.
Kind of like gaming.
Yeah, kind of like gaming. So those are all of our hobbies in the list. Tell us, post in the comments some of your hobbies.
Yeah, post in the comments some of your hobbies.
Let us get to know you as a person.
Yeah, absolutely. You sound so enthused.
I mean,
you're just like, let us get to know you as a person.
Yeah, you must be so interesting.
Shut the f*** Riley, no.
That is it for this episode.
That is it for this Walton's Wheel of Wisdom, featuring Jay Foxtrot, because I think that's my alias.
That's the one you're going for?
My personality alias, yeah.
What
do you think of that alias, by the way? Jay Foxtrot.
That's the one you've had forever.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it works.
It works? Cool,
yeah.
Cool. Let us know in the comments what you think about that.
Alright.
They're going to make it stupid.
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? Either way, see y'all guys later.
Audience.
Yeah, Riley. We'll see y'all guys later.